everybody. Everybody's doing well and safe in all these crazy times and still able to maybe get some work done. And please tell me you're wearing a mask. Please wear your mask. I know for me, things have been kind of crazy from the beginning of the pandemic when all my jobs basically canceled in a few days and I had no work, to lately being actually kind of busy. I just finished a pretty large job for Advanced Auto Parts with a Nascar driver. And that's what I want to talk about today. I wanted to share some kind of cool insights on some unexpected stuff I learned on this crazy job. So it looks like we may be getting one of our classic summertime thunderstorms. So why don't we head into my house to my new little cozy home edit suite and let's check it out. So roll the intro. Yes, I have an intro now. Welcome to the new home studio. I never thought I'd like working at home so much, but this little space with all these windows we've got, this used to be my kid's art room. I'm loving working in here, it's really cool. All right, well, let me give you a little overview of this project I just finished. I got to direct it and shoot it and edit it for Advanced Auto Parts, and it was with NASCAR driver Ryan Blaney and his dad, Dave. The client wanted to create essentially a week's worth of content during the week leading up to Father's Day. There were just these warm, authentic conversations between Ryan and his dad in a garage. They weren't pushing a product. So I got the brief, I was super excited because that's like perfect. It's like exactly the kind of work I love to do. And then I heard the catch. No one could be in the building when Ryan Blaney and his dad were on set. Not 6 feet away, not wearing a mask, not any of the normal guidelines, not inside the building. So this obviously posed a lot of unique technical and creative problems because of this. But what's interesting is in the end, I think that this restriction actually made the work better. Before I get too much into the weeds here on the details, let me just show you one of the pieces. We did 7 total. This is one of my favorite 60s, so check it out.
Happy Father's Day, Dad.
Thanks. What was I like as a dad?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be honest with you, you're a pretty hard dad. And then we started racing, you're pretty hard on me and things like that, but I liked it. I liked growing up that way. I still look up to you. You always used to say, the smartest guys win at this level. It's not only about driving a car really fast, it's about furthering the race and what you need. That stuck with me a lot.
Sometimes it's hard to get a chance to drive a car like the next step in your career. It's hard to get that chance, but it's even harder to be ready for that chance and succeed when you get that chance, and you stepped up every time and made it happen.
I just want to say thank you for sticking with me and not only all these years, but getting me going, not only as a racer, as a young kid, but as a young person as well, and kind of building me up to what I am now. And
it's just awesome it's happened, and it's happened because of the way you've performed in race cars. I mean, right down the line. I'll take exactly 1% of the credit.
All right.
You did it right.
So the first step I knew I had to do was go scout this garage. I went up to the garage, measured the space, took tons of photos, and ended up creating a shooting treatment that had lots of details in it, but most importantly, it had kind of a flow of where the crew would be positioned, how talent would flow in and out of the building, and it kind of gave everybody something to work from to understand, okay, how are we gonna stay safe? And this step was crucial to get the client and Team Penske, who Ryan races for, comfortable with how we were gonna pull this off with everybody being outside the building. So I knew we were gonna have a lot of technical things to figure out for this. We're gonna have to do remotely operated cameras, send some wireless video feeds around, a lot of stuff we had to dive into. I'm not gonna get into the technical stuff quite yet. I'll put a little link below in the timestamp, you can go straight to it. I knew the tech stuff was gonna be hard, but my biggest concern was engaging with Ryan and Dave and performing these interviews. I do a lot of interview style work, and I really enjoy that style of work. I enjoy making eye contact with the subjects, nodding a lot, guiding them in the conversation. I knew the only way I was going to be able to talk to these guys was over a walkie-talkie we had hidden on set. So I knew that was going to be a big challenge. But what I never anticipated was that restriction of having no one on set, including me, made Ryan and Dave so comfortable.
I want you to kind of, don't draw a tear, but tell me, tell your dad thanks, man. Say, thanks for all the work, man. Thanks for the time thing. Give him a big old Father's Day. Thank you.
You ready? Okay.
Oh, you're gonna get it.
Oh, great. Awesome. Love it. I think I know what you're gonna say. Pretty sure. Just want to say thanks for sticking with me all these years. Teach me a lot of things growing up.
Get out of here.
I knew you were gonna say that. Or you're gonna say you can pay me back later.
Pay me back.
You can pay me back for all the money I spent on you.
All right, let's go serious.
Okay.
They were super relaxed. They had really honest conversation, and all I had to do was kind of prompt them with some topics. It was incredible. It was something I never would have anticipated, that this restriction of no one being on set freed the talent up to just be like, we're literally just two dudes sitting in the garage having a conversation. Don't just take my word for it. The comments across social media, across Ryan's Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, and how all this stuff has been shared through Advanced Auto, the comments have been incredible. People love it. And they're adding their comments, and they're having conversations about, you know, what it was like working in the garage with their father or their first cars. And it's just, people I think really are relating to, in this time of COVID and all these kind of negative things happening in the world. I think this was a really unique time to create content like this that's just good, honest conversation between a father and a son.
Nerd alert!
All right, let's get into the technical weeds here for a little bit. I knew I had to have remotely operated cameras. And my biggest concern was I didn't want it to come across as a locked off kind of, you know, news style interview. So after a ton of back and forth and research with the guys at TA Films out of Charlotte, who we partnered with on this project, who were fantastic, we came up with some pretty unique solutions. For a camera, we used a kind of workhorse in the film industry, a Talon remote head. I knew that would be super solid. I could do very fluid movement with operating via wheels or via joystick. For B camera, TA Films owns a Movi Pro, and we ended up using the Alexa Mini mounted on the Movi Pro on a static tripod, and then we used their Mimic controller on a tripod. For me, I operated B camera. We put the Mimic controller on a tripod so that my movement was basically operating a tripod head. The job was originally budgeted for just 2 cameras, 2 Alexa Minis that were TA Films packages, but I knew I needed a third, gonna kind of get a big wide 2 shot so I could cut between everything. So I threw my little Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K on, just kind of give me a big wide 2 shot, and I locked it off, and it cut in between them just fine. I did manage to sneak my Dana dolly on the set though after the talent was done, and I was able to create these cool B-roll kind of beauty sequences. I was able to get some of the historical photos, put them in context to the old cars, and I was able to sneak in a few shots, which was kind of nice after everything was said and done, before we kind of got ushered out the door to get off the set. So obviously safety was a big deal on this set for the talent, but also for the crew. We all wore masks, everything was sanitized, you know, we did all the precautions necessary. But on top of that, I had my friends here at High Output in Charleston build me 2 plexiglass shields. So in my little operation station where I could operate B camera, I could see all 3 cameras, I had my walkie-talkie so I could talk to the talent. I wanted to be able to take my mask off in there and kind of create a shield around me, or a bubble around me, and it worked out great. So many details. I could go on and on about this project, but this video is already way long enough already. Please hit me up with any comments or questions, and I'm happy to answer them and go into any details that you want. Huge group of people to thank in this project. It was a great team effort from everyone involved. Huge thank you to everybody. Hope I get to work with everybody again soon. In the meantime, everybody stay safe, and please wash your hands and wear your mask. Wear your mask.